Going into this movie, I didn't see any trailers, any marketing ploys. All I knew was that 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson's in this movie, and that's all you need to tell me. 50 Cent's in a movie? I'm there. I grew up on Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre, so I will be there for 50 Cent. I'll support his ass any day. Hello everybody, welcome to the MaffmanJones movie channel. I'm your host John Maffio, and today's featured movie is Den of Thieves. There is no den, but there are thieves. This is the latest Gerard Butler action movie. If you didn't see Geostorm, just don't watch Geostorm at all. I can already tell you this is better than that. But yeah, getting to the plot of the film, it revolves around Gerard Butler's character, who is a very dirty gangster cop who does not give any fudges at all, and he has been given the case to crack that involves a group of thieves who rob banks for a living. That includes 50 Cent, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Pablo Schreiber's characters, amongst others, and who is going to come up top in this chess game of back and forth cat and mouse. Well, I'm not going to tell you because I don't spoil shit here. I am being completely honest when I say that I went into this movie only interested in it because 50 Cent was in it. Because I loved his music from back in the day, like the first two albums that he made. And I was unaware that he tries to act still. This isn't much of a spoiler, but for having been excited seeing him in the movie, he is in the film throughout, but he has nothing to do. He has one of the best scenes in the whole movie, probably maybe the best scene. The reason to see this movie is for his scene that involves his daughter's prom date. There are some pretty interesting performances in this movie though. Gerard Butler plays a guy that I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to like. I didn't like him, but I feel like there's some manipulation here in the movie where it's like, no, but like he's a shitty man, but he's trying because he has a family and he cares about his daughters, and I was like, I'm not buying it. But I like Gerard Butler's acting. O'Shea Jackson Jr. coming from Ingrid Goes West and now this. The dude has charisma. He's got star power. He's good. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he has in the future. He's not a one-trick pony. He's not just, he's Ice Cube's son. No, this dude could be something great if he continues to put out good work. But the actual movie itself, I was very surprised. The first opening scene, the first action sequence, kind of made me think, am I watching like a great movie right now? Like, because this sequence is incredibly like well made, but then it kind of drags out from there. Anything that's not action oriented besides the prom scene that I mentioned kind of feels like it's just there to move the plot along. And I haven't seen Heat, the Michael Mann movie. Don't give me shit, I'm gonna watch it eventually, but I still in my head had this feels like Heat. I was decently engaged, especially through the action sequences. I was very engaged, and the last half of this movie, the final act where shit goes down, I was like more into it than I was anticipating, and like I was actually like scared for certain characters. Like I was actually like, I was into it like bad. I was very surprised how invested I was at the end of this movie for the characters involved in sequences that were occurring. The character progression and character drama in between can get redundant and boring, and if you've seen movies before, it's like the same old rodeo, so you're just kind of like trucking along to get to like the next robbing sequence. And at the very end of the movie, there's a huge twist that kind of just feels like, aha, did you expect that? And it has no relevance to the story, and looking back, I can't like figure out in my head how this twist works for the rest of the story. I'm trying to like put like pieces together of how actors were acting in one moment or another and like what was happening in scenes, and I'm like, it doesn't really make any sense. This twist is like it's literally just a, ha, did you see that coming? Did you? Well, movie's over, goodbye. And it's like, huh? And having said all that, Den of Thieves is also an movie, and an movie is better than a really bad movie, and we haven't got any of them in January so far, and I'm very surprised. I bet all the garbage is dumped in another month if we're really gonna go through the rest of this month with decent films. But yeah, it's an okay movie with really good moments. The opening sequence, the last act of the movie, I was very, very engaged in, very surprisingly engaged in it. But everything in between kind of just feels forced in a way where it's like, we have to have this because it's a movie and we need to have characters doing things to progress to the next thing. It didn't feel like a natural story. But it's competently filmed, competently made. The acting is, for the most part, pretty decent all the way around. And some actors actually do more than they're really supposed to. They actually elevate the material because they're such good actors. Gerard Butler, as much as I didn't like his character, he's great in the movie. And O'Shea Jackson Jr., again, kicks ass. This is going to be one of the best cable watches you will ever see once this is out on HBO, Cinemax, TBS, TNT, whatever. And I still have to say that this 50 Cent prom scene that I won't spoil is it's probably the best part of the movie, and I think it's worth the watch just for that moment alone. No matter how good or bad film is this year, I think I'm always going to come back to January and think of that moment. But yeah, let's wrap this up. Den of Thieves is a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's a Sam Worthington Applebee's meal. I would say watch it, just don't pay for it. And now I want to know from all you guys, what'd you think of Den of Thieves? If you've seen it in theaters, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed my review, please like, subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss videos from me ever again. Check out the rest of my social medias and my Stardust down below. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.